Software replaced you, they bragged as security escorted me out of the building. Everyone acted like I was obsolete. Nobody bothered to ask who had written the software license in the first place. I wished them luck and walked away. At midnight, the renewal system did exactly what it was programmed to do. It auto-canceled. One by one, the servers went dark. Then the CEO's phone started ringing. The meeting was set for 6:47 in the morning, not 6:45, not 7 high. The kind of time someone picks when they want you off balance before you've finished your coffee. I walked in, and there he was, the CTO, flanked by two people from HR who wouldn't meet my eyes. He smiled the way people smile when they've already decided you don't matter. He told me the company was modernizing, that some roles were legacy now, that the software had evolved past the people who built it. Then he said it. Software replaced you. Like it was a fact. Like it was clever. I didn't argue. I'd stopped arguing with that company a long time ago. I signed where they pointed, handed over my laptop and badge, and let security walk me to the door like a stranger who'd wandered in off the street. 11 years. A folder and a handshake that lasted half a second. Here's what none of them knew. I didn't write that clause out of spite. I wrote it years earlier, after a quiet round of layoffs took the only other person who understood how the renewal system worked. The week he was walked out, the pipeline broke, and I spent 3 nights rebuilding it from memory because nobody had documented a thing. So I added one line to the maintenance contract. If the lead architect was terminated without cause, the license auto-renewal would not fire. The system would expire on the next verification check. Simple, boring. It looked like every other paragraph of legalese in that document. Legal signed it without reading it. Leadership skimmed the headers and moved on. Why would they read it? They didn't read anything I wrote unless something was already on fire. And I warned them. That was the part I kept coming back to. During my last week, I sent an email to the entire leadership team. Plain language, no jargon. I told them the license was tied to my role and that they had to re-sign it before my access was revoked or the renewal would not process. Nobody replied. I checked the receipts later. Every one of them had opened it. So when they walked me out that morning, I didn't feel rage. I felt the strange calm of someone watching a clock they already know the time of. I went home, made tea. I didn't touch a single server. I didn't log into anything. I didn't need to. A system that runs on rules doesn't care how you feel. It just does what it was told. At midnight, the renewal check ran like it had every 6 hours for years. This time, the license came back void. No alarm, no explosion. Just one failed verification, quietly rippling outward. By midnight, the dashboards went blank. The night shift tech assumed it was a glitch and rebooted his terminal. Nothing changed. By 2, the warehouses couldn't print shipping labels. By 3, the inventory sync between coasts had stalled and orders were dropping silently out of the queue. By 4, the routing to their biggest logistics client gave up and shut itself down. The team they'd modernized with, the ones who were supposed to make me obsolete, couldn't find the admin shell. I heard one of them search the internet for how to restart a production server, like it was a router that needed unplugging. They'd inherited a machine they'd never built and couldn't read. I'd customized the logging framework years ago and never had a reason to explain it to anyone. The client called the CEO directly before dawn. Freight wasn't moving. Trucks sat in lots with no labels. Every hour of downtime tripped a penalty clause, and the number climbed fast enough that someone started doing the math out loud. That's when their legal counsel pulled the original contract. I picture her reading it twice, slower the second time, before she said it out loud to a room of executives who had stopped breathing. The license auto-renewal was void upon the involuntary termination of the original architect. Ownership of the deployment license reverted to the entity named in the copyright header. It wasn't the company. It was mine. It had been mine the whole time, sitting in plain sight, and not one of them had ever looked. My phone lit up a little after 6. Unknown number first, then the CEO, then a text. Please, we'll pay anything. Just tell us how to turn it back on. I read it twice. Then I opened my email and found the message from my last week, the one with the timestamp. The one every single one of them had opened and ignored. I forwarded it back to the CEO and added one line underneath. Already told you. Check your read receipts. Then I set the phone face down on the table, and for the first time in 11 years, I let it ring. Full story on the channel linked below.